All right, so as requested, I'm going to go over how to use my Shos engine, or really it's more of a framework. I started using RenPy in high school, and I just felt like it was not very good, and Unity is a very general tool, but with some specific um, parts or a framework or just a baseline, you can kind of make better visual novels. I looked on the Unity asset store when I first made this product, and there was one that was like $70, and I was like, I feel like for the most part I can do what that one is doing and charge nothing. I'm sorry that I haven't like updated this project at all, as you can tell from my itch page and my other work that I'm like doing other things. But I'm glad that there's interest. So let's just go ahead and get started. Um, So obviously, step number one, because this is a package, we need to go to assets and then import package and then custom package. And then select the package from wherever your files are. They're all there, so just import them. You can always select what you don't want to import because not all of this is important. A majority of this is actually demos, to kind of show off the game, and that's where we're going to get started. If you want to use the demos, I recommend putting them in. Oh, it's already in here. I think that's because I already installed this, so you'll still have to do this. Putting them in your build settings so we can scene transfer to them. I think demo start is where we start. So the main part of this framework is the characters. Characters hold information from their relationship to their transform offset, to the actual conversation data. Um, Pretty simple. I used a collider, and when the mouse touches it, it just selects them as the character who's currently talking, and then the actual dialogue handler, which is spelled wrong, uh, makes sure that they're actually like what's being said. All that is just filtered in here. It's pretty simple. And then we have a current character somewhere, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, talking to. This is static, I think. Either way, it's very important. You can't have multiple characters talking at the same time. I mean, if you wanted to, I guess you would just have two dialogue handlers, but that really doesn't make sense. I don't know. If you find a way to do it and you're interested, post a video. It seems cool. I'll check it out. Okay, so pretty simple stuff so far. Um, So as you can see, you just put in the replies that you want to have, and then you put this. You can have it transfer a scene. If it's blank, it just doesn't do it. Um, this is a really easy way to make dialogue trees, but a better version of this would probably be a node editor, um, just for visualization's sake. I think these are replies that the player has, and then she has re- reply phrases, or no, she has trigger sentence. Yeah, what sentence is actually like being brought up. It's kind of messy, to be honest, but it does work. um let's get into it, I guess. So you select the player you want to talk to, and then you can just, press up or down to go through the different options. This is actually a pretty bad tutorial in my opinion, so I'm sorry this was done poorly. A lot of this project actually I did not have as much of an eye for quality assurance and design as I do now. Um, so you're basically just given like explain what characters are, which is pretty simple, and what frames do. I think this one's relatively helpful. Like you see, like she changes. That's actually based on some like RPGs do that. So I thought that would be a cool thing to have. What does end do? Obviously, it ends the conversation, and then if we go to next, it'll use the transfer scene to transfer to the next scene. I'm sorry, my battery's dying. Um, so this is a button demo. This is not that useful. I'm gonna be honest. There's ways of doing this better. One thing I would do is like maybe have like buildings as your buttons and stuff like that, like stuff in your scenes that kind of trigger conversations with people. This is again based on like really simple ways of doing this in RenPy. When you click a button, it just spawns that character in, and then these characters don't do anything. If I'm being honest, I think there are better solutions in this product than the button system, but it is worth using if you think it's cool. It's pretty simple. The buttons have like a reference directly to the character, and I think they just spawn them and the button group gets turned off. I mean, all the code is here, because my imagination is like if you want to use this, I'm very flattered, of course, but I think it could be improved, and you have every right to change it. You're probably going to need to change quite a bit, to be honest, because some people would probably prefer like a button system for the dialogue options. I did more of a like up and down selection. Um, let's see. Let's go to a different demo. Uh, the map demo is pretty simple. It pretty much just, you know, I wanted to give you a way of spawning in items that would transfer scenes. I actually don't remember how this works. I want to say again, it's like a really hacky solution to the problem, but there might be something useful in here. No, it's pretty simple. I I want to say that it's like XY. Like you can't have a map item that's like anywhere very easily. So you would have to edit this if you want to make a more realistic looking map. Um, some of these are just things I thought it would be cool to show people what they could do really easily. But the I think the best part of this framework is probably the theater demo. It's the most useful. Um, the relationship demo is pretty simple as well. I just wanted to show that if you talk to her first and you press this, and then you press OK bye, nothing really happens. But when you talk to her again, you get another option. Um, the way this works is pretty simple. Different replies have a relationship modifier and a requirement. So this one will only exist if you have a relationship of 2 with this character, and this first reply gives you 2 relationship. Um, yeah, definitely more of a like story based thing you could do with that. So the last and most important, in my opinion, is the theater system. So you can click on them to go to the next one, which is kind of how this project started. But you can also autoplay it, and it will just go. It's a good way of doing like kind of cutscenes in a visual novel. Um, how does this work? I think if we go to AP, terrible naming convention. Autoplay. Oh, the autoplay button. Not that bad. Obviously back will go backwards. It's just an array of or I guess a linked list, but it's a structure of strings and like character reactions. If I can, I think it's her. Like she has this data. I don't know why this is so different than like the other way of doing it. What? Sorry, I looked at all the other demos except for this one, so this might take me a second. If you find it before me, you get extra points. I think it's this, yeah. So, I made it this way so that you could kind of be character independent. So you could have multiple characters talking back to back. Like one would talk, be like rah rah rah, and then the next one would reply to that as a cutscene or a story. Obviously, we have a frame here, so we can just have her kind of talk and then react to different things happening in the story. Really simple way of doing this. And then I guess when you reach the end, there's no, I guess it just knows that there's no more in the list. It's based on a timer, and I want to say you can edit it really easily. And then I also wanted a way for the user to edit it, or the player, I mean. Um, so if we go to autoplay, there should be an option there somewhere. No? Dialogue handler? It's like a float or something. Time slider. We need to find a reference to time slider. Options. Maybe I turned options off. Yeah. I don't know how you make options happen, but if we turn this up, turn it off, and then autoplay, it'll go like much faster. Um, how do we turn options on though? Isn't that annoying? Oh, I think I just did this wrong. Live debugging. See, you're kind of seeing why I didn't touch this project as much later on. It's broken. It needs a lot of love and attention. Um, yeah, I don't think you'd even be able to touch it. Okay, well when I go back to this, which I think I have to because I do get a decent amount of attention for this project, and I don't want people to just not be able to use it. Some kind of error with this button. I'll figure it out, but it is possible to do. Um, so that's pretty much it. You know, that's how you use this. That's how it works. Um, I think that if you're coming from RenPy and you want to make something a little bit more customizable and um, yeah, using what Unity gives you, but also what projects like RenPy give you, I think this would be at least a good stepping stone. Um, there is a ton that I could add. Uh, it's nowhere near complete. If you have any more questions, feel free to send them.